Hi there. It's April 17th or 16th. It's the 16th and time for Proverbs 16 over there. Now, today they're talking a lot about man's plans versus God's plans, right? And it kind of all ties together. To humans belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the proper answer of the tongue, right? All a person's ways seem pure to them, but motives are weighed by the Lord. Like that. Motives are weighed by the Lord. He knows what you really want to do. Right? Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. There's the answer right there. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Right? Or the Lord works out everything to its proper end, even the wicked for a day of disaster. Right? You make plans involving the Lord, right? The Lord's going to work it out. The Lord detects all the proud of heart. Be sure of this, they will not go unpunished. Talk about pride. The Lord detests all the proud of heart. Okay? Be prideful, He detests that. Doesn't like that. Through love and faithfulness, sin is atoned for. Through the fear of the Lord, evil is avoided. Right. Fear of the Lord. I've noticed from watching a lot of videos and pastors talk and stuff that fear of the Lord has kind of gone out of style. Okay? It's all God is love and God is wonderful and He would never hurt you. And all right, the Lord detests things. Okay, pride, arrogance, liars, right? Wicked people. Right? He has wiped out entire nations because of their wickedness. Okay, entire nations, entire cities, once the entire world. Okay. The Lord is to be feared, and they need to teach fear of the Lord. Right? 7. When the Lord takes pleasure in anyone's way, He causes their enemies to make peace with them. Got that? Good one. Better is a little with righteousness than much gain with injustice. Right? Right? They will not go unpunished. Wicked for the day of disaster. Right? Better a little with righteousness. There's another one. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Okay? God's going to have His way, okay, no matter what. The lips of a king speak as an oracle, and his mouth does not betray justice. The only king we have now is Jesus, right? And that's true of Him. Hey, honest scales and balances belong to the Lord. All the weights in the bag are of His making. Right? He talks a lot about dishonest scales and taking advantage of people and cheating people. That's what dishonest scales are, right? Honest scales, honest person, belong to the Lord. 12. Kings detest wrongdoing, for a throne is established through righteousness. Mm-hmm. Are there truly any kings anymore? Even the countries with kings, it seems the king does very little. Right? Kings takes pleasure in honest lips. They value the one who speaks what is right. Sometimes. A king's wrath is a messenger of death, but the wise will appease it. When a king's face brightens, it means life. His favor is like rain cloud in spring. Huh. All that about kings, right? Solomon was a king. Mm-hmm. How much better to get wisdom than gold? To get insight rather than silver, right? And we're talking about this, right? Wisdom is better than wealth. Gold, silver is wealth, okay? Wisdom is better. The highway of the upright avoids evil. Those who guard their ways preserve their lives. Mm-hmm. Guard your ways, right? My grandmother used to quote this verse all the time. Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Okay? God doesn't like prideful people. He likes humble people, right? And you can ask the Lord to make you humble, and He will. It's not an easy process and can be painful, but the end result is something the Lord loves. Right? 19, better to be in lowly spirit along with the oppressed than to share plunder with the proud. Right? Better to be poor with your poor friends than to share plunder with the proud. Good statement. 20, whoever gives heed to instruction prospers, and blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. Right. Whoever gives heed to instruction, right, prudently finds what is good. Whoever speaks prudently finds what is good. Right? Trust in the Lord and you'll be blessed. Right? 21, the wise in heart are called discerning, and gracious words promote instruction. Right? Make a person persuasive. As over here, the sweetness of the lips shall increase doctrine. 22, prudence is a fountain of life to the prudent, but folly brings punishment to fools. Prudence is a fountain of life to the prudent, right? Says over here, understanding is a wellspring of life unto them that have it. And the instructions of fools is folly. Either that which the wicked teach others, or else it is folly to teach them that are malicious. Right? Prudence is a fountain of life to the prudent. So we look that up. We haven't looked this up. Let's look it up. Prudence is defined as the ability to govern and discipline oneself by the use of reason. It is often considered a virtue, specifically one of the four cardinal virtues, and it is associated with care, caution, and good judgment in decision-making. The term originates from the Latin prudentia, which means seeing ahead. In practical terms, prudence involves wisdom in looking ahead and making thoughtful choices. All right? So there you go. Prudence. Looking ahead and making thoughtful choices. Out of the wise makes their mouth prudent. There's prudent again, right? And their lips promote instruction. Right? Gracious words are a honeycomb sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Right? One of my favorite things I always say is always say kind things. Right? Only kind things should come out of your mouth. 25, there is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death. Right. Don't always take the easy way. You should pray about everything. Right? 26, the appetite of laborers works for them. Their hunger drives them on. True. If you're hungry, you're going to work, right? Now, people think they should get stuff for free without working. They usually fail. 27, a scoundrel plots evil, and on their lips it is like a scorching fire. A scoundrel, a wicked man. And his lips are like burning fire, right? There are lots of wicked people around. Some of them in positions of great power, too. 28, a perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends. Right? God hates gossip, okay? If you have a close friend and comes to you and says, I'm having a problem in this area, will you pray for me? Please don't tell anybody. Of course, I'll pray for you. You're my good friend. But then you tell somebody, don't tell him I told you this, but Bob needs prayer because of this. You told somebody else, and that person is going to tell somebody else until everybody in the church knows about it. And Bob's going to come to you, who was once his close friend. I ask you not to tell anybody, and now everybody in the church knows about it, right? You are no longer my friend, okay? Gossip. And it's all over the internet. Oh, my goodness. TV, drama. They've made it a business to gossip about other people. That's what much of the news is gossiping about stuff that's none of your business, okay? 29, a violent person entices their neighbor and leads them down a path that is not good. Don't go with those people, all right? 30, whoever winks with their eye is plotting perversity. Whoever purses their lips is bent on evil, right? There used to be signs when somebody was scamming you, okay? Now they call them scammers. And instead of winking their eyes, they lie to you, okay? Wink, wink, nod, nod, all right? 31, gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained in the way of righteousness. Yeah? If you live long enough to have gray hair, you have learned a lot, right? Attained in the way of righteousness. Let's see what this says. That is, when it is joined with virtue, or else the elder that the wicked are, the more they are to be abhorred, right? 32, better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city, right? Patience. It's a virtue, right? And 33, the lot is cast into the lap, but every decision is from the Lord, right? They used to cast lots. Whoever got the short one, God ordained him to do whatever it was they wanted done, right? So, what are we highlighting here? Well, the whole first part kind of goes together, okay? If you're making plans, you better include the Lord because he's going to have his way no matter what, right? Motives are weighed by the Lord, right? He knows why you really want to do something, right? If you're giving to the poor and taking your camera or your phone with you and you're doing it just to get likes and views on Facebook, right? Or, YouTube or Reels or Shorts. The Lord's going to know about that, okay? Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans, right? If you pray to God about, I'm going to go give to the poor, and God will tell you, leave your phone at home. It says the right hand should not know what the left hand is doing. Jesus said that. Right? When you give, it should be in secret, and nobody but the Lord should know about it. And the Lord will repay you. Right? The Lord detests all the proud of heart. Be sure of this, they will not go unpunished. It says over here, all that are proud in heart are an abomination to the Lord. Don't be prideful is a horrible thing. Right? 6 is highlighted. Through love and faithfulness, sin is atoned for. Right? You be forgiven, but don't do it again. change your life, change your ways through love and faithfulness, right? Through fear of the Lord, evil is avoided, right? Fear the Lord, right? Be afraid to disappoint him, right? 8 is highlighted. Better a little with righteousness than much gain with injustice. All right. Great revenues without equity. Right. To a righteous person, be proud of what you have. A little, enough. It's enough, okay? The key word is enough. Okay, 16 is highlighted. How much better to get wisdom than gold, to get insight rather than silver, right? Goes with the last one, right? Better is a little with righteousness and much gain with injustice. Wisdom is what you should be going after, right? That's what I'm going after, wisdom, right? And 18, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. I mind, that says over here, before a fall, right? Right. You're going to fail. Right? Prudence, and we looked at prudence, right? Ability to know the right thing and do the right thing, right? Prudence is a fountain of life to the prudent. And 24, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Right? You say only kind things. Your life will change if you say only kind things. Okay? 28, a perverse person stirs up conflict and a gossip separates close friends. A tale teller maketh division among princes. If you want to destroy a church, destroy a family, spread the gossip, right? Somebody tells you something, it should end with you. Say, don't tell me that. Bob told you that in confidence, I'm sure. Why are you telling other people? Right? And there you go. That's 16, lots of good stuff in there, right? All your plans should involve the Lord. If you later today, we are in Luke 13, slowly working our way through the New Testament, right, for the whole year. So there you have it. Give us a like if you think about it. But until later, we'll continue. See ya.